Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I bid to my lecturer, Madam Shamilah, and to all my friends. My name is Wan Muhammad Akif bin Wan Zanusi. My metric number is 262375. I am going to present about the Restructuring Organization. Change in the corporate world are some of the most difficult moments for an organization to endure. As a result, adaptability is one of the most important characteristics in the business world today. To succeed, the organization must be able to change directions quickly as things go wrong. One of the most difficult transitions that a company may have to go through is internal reform. This is due to the fact that restructuring often alters a large portion of the company. Products, staff, ownership, or even the original mission and business plan may also be example of this. The act of modifying an organization's corporate plan in order to change it for the better is referred to as restructuring. This modification may be civil, organizational procedures, possession, and so on. The source of such a change in the organization may be external or internal. A massive transition like this will have a variety of consequences for the organization. In most situations, it may lead to workforce downsizing or upsizing, improvement in hiring standards, and so on. This is due to the fact that restructures can occur for a variety of reasons. It can happen when a corporation is trying to withstand a major blow or when it wants to optimize its already prosperous market. Restructuring is needed for a variety of purposes depending on the circumstances. Reason for organizational restructuring. The first one is changing business environment. The corporate world has always been and will always be a diverse place. It never rests on a single point and is always shifting as time passes. External causes can cause massive damage to some sectors at time. Next is new method of operation. New techniques New technique can still be introduced into operation as time passes. Telecommunication, modern and updated working arrangements, stronger employee policies, the emergence of remote working community, technical advance, and so on are examples of this. The third one is a different direction. A change of strategy is often the solution to bad business success. Recognizing this, most entrepreneurs alter their business model in the expectation of increasing profitability. Although others may change their product service, some may option for a completely new market. Both of these change necessitate a rethinking of the current business model. In such a situation, proper organizational reform is critical. The next one is type of restructuring. The first one is mergers and acquisition. This restructuring occurs as a result of a merger or acquisition. A merger occurs as two businesses join together to do business. An acquisition occurs when one company buys out another by purchasing the entire stake in the firm. Next is the legal restructuring. A restructuring occurs where modifications in an organization are in accordance with regulatory requirements. Change of possession, official company paperwork, deals, and so on are examples of this. The third one is financials. Financials restructuring arise when there is a change in the capital structure of the business. This can be changed in debt structuring, equity, and so on. Next is repositioning. This modification is related to the transition to a modern business model. An example of this is where an IT company that sells tech goods transition to becoming a service provider. Next is turnaround. Turnaround refers to the restructuring of a large portion of a corporation. It entails operational, administrative, commodity, or service shift. Felda's new Transformation Strategic Initiatives Plan. In December 2018, the Federal Land Development Authority, as known as FELDA, has identified several planning measures that will be implemented in three stages as part of a transition strategy. Each process will take 8 months according to FELDA. FELDA's initiative plan. The first one is amendment of Act and Regulation. As a first move before implementing the new FELDA Path Initiative, the government will amend the Act based on additional research. In addition, adequate measures will be established to eliminate leakage in the supply of harvested produce to non-FELDA mines in order to ensure the successful recovery of loans from settlers. This constructive action is needed to ensure a seamless implementation and to expedite the FELDA recovery process. The second one is strengthening the accounting system. FELDA's accounting system covers crop debt records, and the social economy of settlers need to be upgraded to solve data incorporation and consolidation problems. The structuring of the settler system and the enhancements of knowledge records will ensure the confidentiality of the settlers' information and provide FELDA and the settlers with operational and transactional convenience. The third one is increasing involvement in downstream industries. FELDA will build a fully supply chain by including revenue distribution infrastructure, downstream manufacturing production, and access to new markets in order to create long-term synergies that will improve FELDA with high value added operations. This operation will be carried out in the program in accordance with the crop clusters. In addition, FELDA will recognize prospective collaborators and provide the expertise to work on similar events. Next is strengthening synergy in FELDA plantation activities. FELDA will join projects and partnership with other government plantation organizations such as FELCRA and RISDA will be pursued to generate sustainable long-term development and improve FELDA's effectiveness in its core operations. This measure will improve FELDA's synergy and presence in the supply chain. The partnership will also boost productivity by capitalizing on the management's advantages and experience, as well as the field of agriculture owned by the companies concerned. In accordance with this, FELDA will take action to investigate and assess the potential for increased involvement in agriculture-based operation as a result of new economic resources. The last one is develop a comprehensive action plan. FELDA will strengthen a detailed action plan targeting the short, mid, and long term in order to realize the costs outlined in this white paper. FELDA will maintain its leadership position in the crop plantation market and downstream operations. This action plan will consider internal opportunities and capabilities, as well as the ability to boost settlers' socio-economic status and well-being. This current FELDA model would prioritize FELDA recovery projects as a means of developing and elevating the rank of inclusive, creative, and competitive settlers. The execution of all policies under this model will be supported by a technical management team who will guide FELDA into an autonomous and profitable enterprise that will leverage economies of scale to become a pioneer in the country's large-scale food industry without relying on government assistance. FELDA will also mobilize plantation operation focused on smart farming and creative downstream activities at the same time. As a conclusion, the proposed improvement and new FELDA model are part of a larger initiative to restructure and rebuild FELDA's image and efficiency while still ensuring long-term socio-economic development and benefiting the settler population. Furthermore, both of these strategies are consistent with FELDA's board-approved strategic goals of being the country's leading plantation boss, achieving financial security, developing talented leaders, and achieving long-term community well-being. FELDA's vision, which is to be the catalyst of progressive national settlement growth, would be successful if the strategic goals outlined are met. That's all for me. Thank you.